This is the PWA Crossing the Finish Line podcast series for people who want to be as successful as possible in their careers. The topic of this podcast is common myths about women and is intended for the women out there and the people who manage them. One of the first myths about women is that they are less committed to their jobs than men. Well, most women would have a violent disagreement with this myth. Women are just as committed in every way as their male counterparts. The second myth is that women can't or won't put in the hours required to get the job done. The idea being that since they all are also caretakers of the home, they must rush home after work and leave work early if possible to take care of their second job at home. Once again, this is in fact a myth. You will find that women are working just as hard and working hours that are just as long as their male counterparts. Another myth is that women are not aggressive enough. Now, this is a difficult myth to overcome because there's such a fine line between being assertive and being aggressive, and the fact that most men are a bit uncomfortable with the notion of an aggressive woman. Aggressive women are typically referred to as people who are less attractive. And so women often find themselves trying to balance between being assertive and being aggressive. Another myth is that women don't take risks, that the men are more likely to take a risk than women who would like to create win-win situations or to make everybody happy. Once again, if you run a household, you know that it is just not possible to make everyone happy, and that women have learned long ago how to take appropriate risks. There's a myth that women become pregnant and then stay home. And if you understand the latest statistics that indicate that nearly half the households in America have single women as heads of household, you know that women don't have the luxury of staying home. They have to work, and they have to work as successfully as possible. Another common myth is that women won't relocate and can't travel for work. All you have to do is go through one of the airports near your office and look at the women traveling alongside their male counterparts to know that this is not true. If you are the manager of a woman, I'd ask that you please not make the assumption that she shouldn't get that big job because she cannot relocate and cannot travel. Women are quite willing and able to relocate and travel. Another myth is that women aren't rainmakers. That is, that they cannot generate revenue the way their male counterparts can. This is not true, and if you were to look at the sales figures for most sales organizations, you will see that women are keeping up or exceeding the revenues generated by their male counterparts. And then finally, there's a myth that women don't need to work because men support them. That would be very nice if it were true, but most women will tell you that in today's economic climate, they not only have to work, their livelihood depends on it. Well, we have just discussed some of the common myths about women. Please don't let them trip you up, whether you are a woman in the workforce or a manager of a woman in the workforce. If you keep this information in mind, you will be well on your way to crossing the finish line. Thank you.